16 teams compete for points on our loop-de-loop track. Each marble earns points depending on the loops they clear, with bonus points earned if the marble stays on the track, or deductions if they fall off the table. Points will be added up, and the total added will be the team's final score. First team up is the Serpents. Now the Serpents going down those loops, one dropping off the 5th and one clearing the 6th. And as you can see, each marble earns points based on how many loops they cleared. The third marble gained fine +1 for clearing 5 loops plus staying on the track. The points are added up, which makes a total score, and that's how the points will be scored in today's tournament. Now the Twilight Twisters going down. Will they beat Serpent? It doesn't look like it. We have 2 of marbles falling off the table, and that will result in -1 penalties for both. Now for a loop to be considered clear, the marble has to touch the other end of the loop, and those 2 marbles demonstrate perfectly how it's done. They both get the 5 points for clearing the 5th loop. Now it's Amethyst. The score to beat is 16. And we have 1 marble just catching onto number 4, and that will be earning +1. The -1 penalty, though, leads them with 14, 1 point behind 15. Serpents still lead with 16. Can the Ocean Cat's Eyes buck the trend? There they go, spinning around the loops. And we have 2 falling off the 4th loop. Not looking good at all for Ocean Cat's Eye. And they only finished with 10 after 2 of their marbles only cleared 3 loops. The complete opposite of the Serpents, they now lie in last place. Next up are the Glower Greens. Down they go, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and it looks like they all complete the 5th, but no, 1 falls off, and that just ruins it for the full team. And they end up only getting 14 points, which leads them tied to 2nd with the Amethysts. Rocky Mountain's next. Can they beat the Serpents? 3, 4, 5, and they all make the 5th loop once again. Wait, I have to correct myself. The first one fell off on loop number 5, and that leaves them with only 4 points. Unfortunately, 14 points is not enough to win this competition. Now the Leopards, our 7th team down this track. Now the loops, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1 down the 4th, and this is a case where 1 marble ruins it for everyone. While no marbles fell off the table, they're left with only 13 points. But hey, it's better than Ocean Cat's Eye. Now the Cotton Candies. Will Serpents finally be beat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I just realized one of the marbles didn't make that 5th loop. And one of the top performing marbles fell off the table. My hope has certainly dashed for them as they finish with 13 points. And the Sea Strikers, can they strike Serpent's lead? All clearing the 4th and the 5th. They all cleared the 5th, and 1 will be getting an additional bonus point. No marbles falling off the table either. They have indeed struck into Serpent's lead, now being tied with 16 points. And at the moment, they'll be battling in a tiebreaker rematch. Now the Rainbows need at least 17 to beat those 2 teams. The Serpent Sea Strikers. That's a fun ring to it. But despite the 5+1 bonus, the Rainbows will not be there as they only finished with 14. They could have done a lot better had that 2nd marble stayed on the table. And now another name starting with S, the Space Blacks. Down the loops, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 falling off the 4th, but another almost clears the 7th loop. And the team missing a crucial opportunity, especially with that 3-1. And this is why you can't rely on 1 marble carrying the whole team, as the first marble counts for half of the 12 points scored. Now the Coral Crushers, can they crush the lead? Space Blacks had a chance to get 17, and it looks like they get 6+1, but no, the -1 penalty costs them with only 15. And as a result, they're just 1 point short from Sea Strikers and Serpents. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Now Magma, individually as Lavas. Down the 4th, 5th, and all stay on the table, but I don't think it's enough, especially with no bonus points. And indeed it isn't, just 13 points, well behind even Coral Crusher. The Red Rangers, the 14th team down the track, all clearing the 5th loop and the 6th. I think they might have a shot, but no, just 15. And it's that notorious -1 penalty added again. I thought they were easily going to score 17. That would have been a reality if the 2nd and 3rd marbles had 5 points with no penalties. The Aliens now still need to break that tie of 16. Halfway through the loops, 1 falling off at 5th and the other at 6. And we have a 6+1. And yes, they will crack in the tie for 16. Now, as long as the Deep Blues don't pass that number, the Aliens have a 2nd chance to bypass Sea Strikers and Serpents. And now the Deep Blues, our last competitors before the tiebreaker. Can they join a 2 down the 5th and 6th? And one marble clears the 6th, but his other 2 teammates don't do as well. And unfortunately, that brings the score down to 14. And this just goes to show how much of a team sport this marble challenge is. Now in the tiebreakers, Serpents, Sea Strikers, and Aliens go down 1 time each, and the high score wins the championship. And now first up are the Serpents. Looking good. Number 4, number 5, and they all clear 5. And the third marble earns a bonus point, retaining their 16-point lead. It's definitely possible for another team to get 17. I've seen combinations where it is, but so far Serpents enter the tiebreaker with an excellent standing. Now the Sea Strikers, they gotta score 16 or higher to stay in. Dominating those first 4 loops. We got 2 coming out and 5 and 1 coming off at 6. And it seems they buckled under the pressure, only finishing with 12 points. A huge disappointment compared to their 16-point showing in the last run. They're certainly not going to take the title. And now the last team, the Aliens. They have one more shot at beating the Serpents. This one's going to be close, but no, just 2 points shy of 14. While the Aliens did a much better showing than the Sea Strikers, it still wasn't enough to beat Serpents, and their 16-point retainer was all that they needed to secure the win of this loop-de-loop tournament.